It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. And it's coming up next.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Matthew Wright set to get this one started. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. On the return, it's Kendre Miller. And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Tight end motioning right. Throwing to start this game. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Gets this to Johnson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
McMillan hauls it in. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Gosh, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, ball at the 36. Play action now, Young. He's got him, that's McMillan. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. This is ahead for about 5. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Young. Connection made to Tremble. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. First down from the red zone. Cut near the goal line. He has the Carolina touchdown. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some points every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force some punts and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Matthew Wright for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Wright ready to send this one away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They've got first down from the 31. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing now on first down. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On now comes their punter. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hubbard again. Jukes out a one-stop. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Saints add a 5th defensive back here. 3rd down coming up. Young working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Young throwing here. Dumped off to his running back. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. And play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 3rd down, it's Young. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They give on 2nd to Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. To the outside and complete to Olave. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. Across the 45 and still going. And he's down to the 42-yard line. They get 28 out of that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. This is complete to Olave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Shaheed coming in motion left. They'll run with Kamara. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They put a receiver in motion here left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Motioning the tight end now. Here he is on 3rd and long. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
On 4th down, out comes the Saints field goal team and Blake Grupe. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Nicotomni's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers set to take the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They run again with Hubbard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Chase Young bringing him down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the pistol, it's Young. That pass complete to McMillan. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's a give to Hubbard. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Young to throw here on 3rd. Complete to Tremble. That play good for 17 on a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Complete out to the right. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's a design boot. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's Young to throw. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap now to Young. Has it in close. Touchdown, Carolina. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Right on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers drive their lead to 11. Right, ready to send this one away. Here's Miller on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints and running back Alvin Kamara trotting back out to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. from the 32. Kamara's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. That's into the hands of Moreau. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Saints with the football. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's Young. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he found space up to the 28 before going down. Sam Martin on again now to punt it away. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Saints will get set to take over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go play action on first. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And now they face second down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
Second and 10 now. Taken in by Shaheed. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Throw on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
He'll throw it yet again. Hits him on the out route. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. We send a man in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Gotta figure out this third down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a one-score game before halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints cut the lead down to 4. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. In the interest of time, we'll bypass the halftime break and resume play with the third quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. First and 10 now from the 30. Hubbard trying this up the gut. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Justin Reed with the tackle. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Young working from the gun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
3rd down from the gun. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Carolina in punt formation. It'll be Sam Martin doing the honors. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. The New Orleans offense set to go now. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running right, it's Kamara. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Josie Jewell making that stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Gets this to Johnson. He's got to gain a 6 there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. He'll look to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Here's a give inside to Kamara. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Josie Jewell making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds Johnson. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That one gains 7. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
To throw it on 1st down. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
From the 19. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. This throw is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grab the lead on their first series of the half. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints push their lead to 3. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he just keeps on catching passes here in the second half. It seems like we're going to remember his work there from this game more than what he's done from the backfield. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a run with Hubbard. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Alontae Taylor making the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Hubbard. He'll cobble together a yard there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Young. It's caught. That's Thielen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. That's complete to Leggett. And he's able to get this down to the 36. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. That pass complete to McMillan. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This is Hubbard. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Rush coming for Young. Has it in close. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Young. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a 3rd quarter lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Right on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers take a 4-point lead. Right, ready to send this one away. Shaheed now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing off the play fake here. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. So they're left facing third and long.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Here he is on third and long. That's into the hands of Moreau. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Young on 1st and 10. Connects with Hubbard. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Hauled in left side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 2 here. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They run it with Hubbard. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Young working from the gun. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And they could really use a good one here. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They send a tight end in motion. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. A touchdown aside in that frame as 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another run for Kamara. Down the sideline to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a fourth-quarter lead. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints push their lead to 3. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Here's Young on 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Leggett. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They motion a receiver left. From the 47. Legette's got it. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Young. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. This is reeled in by Kamara. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Throwing now, off play action. This finds Moreau. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Running back sent in motion. Throw on 3rd down. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hubbard again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now Young. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
As we're into the fourth quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
On now comes their punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Counter give to Kamara. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. He's back to throw. Kamara's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Shaheed motioning right. On 1st down, they'll run. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Saints only up by a few. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Kamara gets it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Setting up to pass. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. A run now with Kamara. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Saints in victory formation. Content to just knee this out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days.